I kind of try and urge everyone to grow it from seed. It's a lot more satisfying than buying a plant, because you have this little pointless speck of dust that you put in soil and all of a sudden you've created life. Now this was a tiny little speck of a couple of leaves poking out of the soil. Now it's grown into this lovely big healthy plant, and we've got 3 lovely big peppers growing on there. You have decent life within your soil, your plants do really well. They'll be strong, full of nutrients, and they'll be more resilient to any pest and disease. If they have poor, weak soil, the plant will be weaker and you'll struggle. We use this is organic wool compost from Delftlands, really good stuff. It is quite expensive, but it's the best you can buy. And if you're going to plant stuff in a windowsill, we're going to give it the best opportunity to get going. Waste is a silly word, really. It's just something we haven't found a use for. There isn't anything that should really be wasted. There's always a use for it in some way. You can take your food waste, you can recycle it, and there's tiny little bins that you can get to go on the windowsill and things. You buy them John Lewis and all sorts of different places. They have a carbon filter on the top so no smells come through. Occasionally get your fingers in there, give it a mix up, and then it'll break down. If you tip the pot up, sometimes you'll get all this juice running out, but that juice is amazing. It's called leachade. You can then dilute it slightly with some water, and that is really good rocket fuel for plants. You can water that back on your indoor plants, and that will boost their growth as well. The food waste itself will break down into a lovely nutritious soil and compost, and will feed your soil on your raised beds, your pots and things as well. So lots of things you can do at home to make sure you don't waste any of these valuable products that we're throwing away normally. This is what happens sometimes in nature. We did have all our tomatoes growing in here. All of them got blight and we lost them all. That is the joy of horticulture, unfortunately. We don't use any chemicals at all or any artificial fertilisers. Don't be disheartened if stuff dies, because that's what happens. And I lost all of my tomatoes, and I've been doing it a long time. So if it can happen to me, happen to everyone. It's absolutely fine. Persevere, because the reward is much bigger than the loss.